Peace, my family, and brought back to all those coming out of a cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all that get healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up. Oh yeah, in your higher nature family, and most definitely cleansing, cause you know what's up. Oh yeah. If you don't, yeah, we gotta cleanse the lows. I came on here today to read and also express a little bit, right? This right here will certainly help you on this good journey. Now, it was something that came to the forefront, and I just thought that I share. Now, for the ones that do feel like, hell doesn't exist, let me let y'all know now that you are so wrong. Hell does exist, and so does the heavens, right? Because there are heavens, family, there must be also our hells, right? Lower planes of existence and higher planes of existence. And the only way we will know this is because we get the information, right, knowledge from the Most High, New El, most glorified and exalted, who has sent our master teacher, Dr. Malachi Zero El, here to renew our history and awaken us all. Alright? So, once we begin to take heed to the message, when the message comes and the whole truth comes all together, bringing in all of it all together, everything that we've been taught here through the noble prophets that has come down to give us a message, family, it's very important that when that message comes, that we do take heed. See, everything around us is here for a reason. There is no accidents. The Most High has created this by design. And it's very important that we begin to take another deeper look into the reality that we truly live in. Because family, you're not going to get the answers from the world, family. You're going to get the answer from the Most High, who has created this all. The all, right? And we are a part of it. So we must understand that everything around us is meant for us to learn. It's meant for us to grow. It's meant for us to expand. It's meant for us to evolution. And once we begin to see this, by, getting our minds right? Getting in the proper soul food, the pamphlets of peace, family. It's going to be much needed on this good journey with them, because that's what's going to help you to learn yourselves and know thyself, and the information that was the missing link to it all. Instead of running around here trying to find it in it all, right? The Most High gives you it all in one. Did y'all know that? Let me just tell y'all, the Most High gives you it all in one. And it's through our master teacher, Dr. Malachi Zero El, who is here to give us what we need. Right? So we can learn what he has to give. So, it's very important that we begin to see this. Because again, this is the time. It's been the time, and due to us carrying on, right, in this age of Aquarius, right, age of information out here, right, and so many truths are coming out, right, and many more to come. And I know sometimes people can get confused off of that because it's so much, right? But with our master teacher, Dr. Malachi Zero El, by the Most High giving us all, it's all in one. So there won't be so much confusion when you begin to see his works, right? And his works, his fruits speak for itself. And it's all here for you, right? And it's not scattered, right? It's in his pamphlets of peace, the right, knowledge, the facts of life, to prepare you for what's to come. And again, family, it's all about preparing for that new world, right? And for the ones that think that, again, hell does not exist, right? Like I said before, you are wrong. And the only way you're truly going to know what's up with the hells, what's up with the heavens, right? You know what I mean? You got to get that right knowledge from our Majesty, the Dr. Malachi Z. Eric, who was sent from the Most High. And we must understand that the one appointed omniscient Jesus, Joshua Timmons, Horace Herman, you know, sent our master teacher as his angel, and sent our master teacher to help us all out here and help us know the truth. Because again, the truth will make you free, and a way back to the heavens, right? Orion, right? Oyun, right? Ritz, right? So again, we must understand that all of it is interconnected, and everything is here just for you. And so I'm here to help because this is what I was told to do, and so I'm just doing it, right? And it's on us to begin to realize when you have so many facts to break it all down for you, and again, do you think they're really going to tell you the truth? They're going to tell you a little bit, but not the whole truth, right? Come on, let's be for real. Have they ever? Just saying. So again, remember, my family, the truth is bittersweet, and it's going to be a hard pill to swallow for some. And some, I know, will not be able to handle what comes, or what's coming out of my mouth, or what the Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. Eric L. has come to bring, because that truth is boundless. And you're gonna know why things are the way that they are, right? But now it is time for you to break the spell and become free. How do you do that? You free yourself with the truth, and then once you get it, you begin to learn to move in that way, in the Most High's ways, in His ways, and not your own. Once you begin to start to get in alignment, which is, what is needed for you to evolve into the next world, the hereafter, right? And it's a requirement to strive for perfection, what some may not know. Because, again, to get accepted back home, right, is a requirement to strive for perfection. And it's not about, I know people don't like maybe using that word, but it is what it is. Perfection is not about being perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody, okay? And once you begin to see that, with that being said, it's about working on yourself. It's about stripping away. It's about mastering certain things. It's about stripping out all the things that are really not you and getting down to the real you. You as in who you are, your true self, and knowing thyself. That's how you connect back. That's how you get in alignment with the heavens. Once you begin to see this in the ways of the Most High, it connects you back to the Most High. Once you begin to see this, right, it's going to require you to be your true self, your authentic self. The love of you, the Most High has a divine love is inside of you already. You just got to learn how to bring it out and break free from the things that you've been taught in this world, right? Which is, a lot of falsehood. And once you begin to see the lies for what they are and begin to stand in the truth, oh man, beautiful things will begin to happen for you in your life, and slowly but surely you begin to take that walk on back home. It's going to take time and it's going to take steps, but those steps are needed, and it's a requirement to walk the journey. It's going to allow you to experience a lot of different emotions, a lot of different transitions, and a lot of different transformations. But all of it may sound like a lot, but all of it is going to determine how attached you are to the world. Because you got to learn how to break free from the things that are no longer good for you and for your highest good. And you see, we've been learned a backwards way of living. You know what I mean? We've been taught, that the evil that we do is good and that the good is actually bad. That's that backwards lifestyle, a backwards way of living, which is truly not living, right? It's truly leading you towards self-destruction. And that's exactly what this world does, right? But again, family, the path, in the right knowledge, it teaches us that you're on that, path towards death. But that's not supposed to be a, bad thing, because a lot of people look upon death as something bad. But in our true culture, in Wapu, we look at it as moving on to a higher life, moving on to the next world. And it's a celebratory moment when you're moving in the right direction, you're on the right path, going where you need to go. Back home, back to where you belong. So, again, my family, all of it is a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful journey once you begin to find the beauty in it all. And the beauty is accepting the truth, accepting yourselves for who you truly are, honestly. And no matter if you are at the lowest of the low, the lowest of the low, wherever you are, wherever stage you are in evolution, know that you too can get up and get back in alignment with the Most High, because the Most High is always calling you home. But it's up to you to answer that call when the call comes, because it's real, family. That call is real, and the Most High is always trying to reach you and get in contact with you, right? But it's up to you to pay attention to those signs when those signs come. The signs are real, family, and they come in many ways to get your attention, to let you know not to walk down that path. But we, again, bombard ourselves. We get distracted by everything around us, that we lose our way. And remember, my family, it happens. But that doesn't mean just because we lost our way, doesn't mean we don't find it again. We have to find that road on back. And the thing is, the Most High has given us a way. And our Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi Yorgel, has taught us. And we must understand that all of it is for your growth. And once you begin to learn how to really take facts and truth and science in, you begin to see the true workings of the Most High and how He has, created the science of creation, right? In the boundless universes. It's no words to really say how beautiful this really all is when you begin to break away from the things that's really trying to destroy you, right? And destroying you, right? And we also are our worst enemy, so we do it to ourselves as well. Once we begin to, reprogram our minds to the things that are good for us, to the things that's healthy for our being, to the things that puts us back in alignment, and get our Godhead back, reclaiming our Godhead, our God body, we begin to see certain things take shape in the way it's supposed to when you start to get back in alignment. And again, I know I'm saying a lot right now, maybe for you, but know that all of it is needed for you to grow. And it's going to take a lot of choices and decisions that you're going to have to make for yourself, to decide for yourself if you are going to surrender to the Most High and get back in alignment. It's all a choice. Once you begin to see that it's just a choice, you begin to start cleaning your house, getting your house back in order. And I'm not talking about just your physical house, I'm talking about your temple back in order again. Things are gonna get a lot more beautiful for you. And the doors are gonna begin to open in time. It's about being patient with yourself. It's about learning how to cleanse and purify your soul and begin to move in every way, in every aspect of your life in His way. And again, like I said before, back in my previous videos, and you've heard this before, at least maybe some have, right? Of the saying that says, you can't serve two masters, right? So remember, my family, whether you realize you made a choice or not, by your actions, you choose Him. So remember, you may feel like it's so hard and you can't do it. And it can be that way if you set your mind that way. You have to really be on that tip where you know that the Most High will give you nothing that you cannot bear. Remember, my family, it's in you. You can do this. It's in you. People say, oh man, this is so hard. You know what I mean? Some do say this, but remember, my family, you gotta remember, it may seem hard at first. Anything you do in life may seem hard at first, but the path becomes a lot lighter for you in certain parts when you begin to take a step anyway and keep moving anyway. Because again, my family, this is your purpose, this is your destiny, this is your soul mission, and this is the reason why you are here. So the Most High knows this, and it's about you fighting your demons, getting them off you, putting on that incorruptible body, right? Breaking away from the bad habits, right? Things that we cling to that's destroying us, right? It's all set up just like that. And that's what it's all about. Proving, this world proving that you are not worthy to be amongst the Most High and the angels in the heavens again. That's what this all is. And people fall for it and falling for it every day. And we've fallen for it every day. We have fallen for it every day, right? So it's about, just because you have, right, doesn't mean you can't get back on board. Okay? So, know that you too can get to it. You just gotta create a plan and get away from things that leading you down that path. And if it's just yourself, right? Because we are our worst enemy. It's about feeding your soul. Feeding your soul. How do I do that? You got to get the right knowledge. And I'm going to keep saying it because it's very important. Because once you begin to get that right knowledge, the Most High wanted you to know, eventually you're going to know exactly what you need to do, and your body will follow. Because it's going to be inside of you, where it's internal, where you begin to waking on things that you forgot and need to remember. And you're not going to want to live your life in that way anymore. It's going to push you away from a lot of things, people, places, and things that is no longer good for you and your higher self and your spiritual development. So it's very important that you begin to really see life in the ways that the Most High has created it, because that's the missing link, right? He has created you, and we are supposed to be in alignment with Him in the ways of the universes, these boundless universes. So it's very important, and it's very important for yourself. And I just thought I'd say this because as I'm speaking to you, I speak to myself. And again, this is out of Divine Love Family. So let's get to it. Alright? Alright. So, this is the Holy Tablets, the Great Book of the Living, Chapter 6, Tablet 16, the Hell. Okay? This is for you, the ones that want to know in detail what happens when you leave this realm. Okay? Remember, there are heavens and there are hells, right? But for the ones that think that hell don't exist, right? Here we go. Okay? I'm going to share a little bit. And it goes like this. Lo, look, we will speak to you on hell. The first thing I saw was two worlds, one upside down and one right side up. And I was told to you, have you seen the better world? That the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Does that sound familiar to some of you? Okay, let's go up. Discussing on. We discuss punishment in the hereafter. I will tell you of the two classes of mortals. The righteous who will enter everlasting life, and the wicked who will go into everlasting doom. The souls which obtain the required standard of perfection will start on their evolutionary journey in the next world. All right, now. So, this is speaking on alignment, right? And perfecting yourself. This is not about being perfect, right? This is about perfecting yourself in the ways of the Most High, right? Where you begin to cleanse, and you're doing this here, right now, in this lifetime, right? So it's very important. It's a requirement, and it's a standard that you have to reach a perfection. And it may sound like this is hard, but remember, life is not easy anyway. So why not go for it? Because you can do it. All right, now, the impressions of their righteous actions on Temet, now called the planet Earth, will be carried with them. Everything that you do here will be with you, right? Be carried with you. Everything that you've done will be carried with you. They will enclose their souls in a garment of undefinable happiness, totally different than earthly happiness. Can you imagine? But on the other hand, the soul that has not utilized the opportunities provided to it in its earthly soul, and it has stunted the faculties and became diseased and corrupted, hell will be one of the stages in the process, the process of evolution. Hell will be one of the stages in the process of evolution. What are the fools whose merits and merits found to be even questioned? I was asked when weighed by the balance, right? In that day, people will come forth separately, so the deeds may be shown. So whoever does this one grain of good will see it. That's why it's very important that you begin to, you know how to say, make the good outweigh the bad, family. That's what it's all about. You're supposed to be building your deeds for the good. With your actions, with your thoughts, words, and actions, it's very important each and every day. And it's not talking about money, right? Of course you give, but there's other ways of giving too. It's about becoming good and being agreeable and conquering that disagreeable part of yourself and becoming good again. Now, it's not to say that that disagreeable part of your nature, family, is not needed or used in certain ways when certain situations come up, It's not about that, but you using it for your highest good and for the good of others. So, I'm just pointing that out. Balance, family. Let's go on. In that day, people will come forth separately so their deeds may be shown. Whoever does this one grain of good will see it. As for him who does that weight of one grain of evil, he will see it. And it goes on to say, for 12 months they shall have to undergo purgatory, process in the fire of Gehenna, hell. One moment. Alright now. Until you are sufficiently cleansed from your sins to be admitted into paradise. Hell is not meant as a torture for souls, but a second chance, family, for purification of the soul. For those who wasted their chance on Tamat, now called the planet Earth. So this is why it's very important that you do this now, in this lifetime, right? Getting back in alignment in this lifetime and repent of everything that you've ever done in each lifetime, right? And clean up your plate and purify your soul and get back in alignment here, now. Alright now. The fires of hell are the fires of desires and Enochites and mortals. He will be tortured by his love for this world, for the love of the world, right? You see how we've been warned about this? You see, Omnipotent Jesus, Joshua, Timus, Horace, warned us about this and being caught up and of the world, right? It's very important that you see this. So, it's very important. Okay. So, he makes his own hell. Okay? You make your own hell. So, he makes his own hell. And no matter how long it takes, every good soul, every good soul will eventually return to El Most High. So let me repeat that one more time. So he makes his own hell. And no matter how long it takes, every good soul will eventually return to El Most High. But for one that has an abundance of mercy in this world, he will turn the scale towards that mercy. With Tammuz as Joshua came everlasting life. Alright now. So that is a good place to stop for now. So it's very important that you begin to take a deeper look into things that you do. And check this out for yourself, right? Check out the right knowledge. And if you want to check this out and read this yourselves for yourself, which is going to be so much encouraged for you to do so, check it out. It's on the channel, okay? And if you need help with directing you to where it's at, I'll be glad to assist. Just put a comment in the comment section, alright? This is the Holy Tablets, chapter 6, the Human Beast, alright? And it's a lot of things in this particular chapter that is needed for the world to know, you see? Because it's a lot of things that you haven't been told, and you're gonna need to know. It's about being aware. And this message is not put no one in fear. This is about people being aware of the reality of this life and what you can do now to make changes to get back into alignment with your true selves in the Most High. Because Again, my family, it is not a game. I don't know about you, but I be thinking, who playing, right? This is not a game. This is real, okay? So, I'm gonna leave it at that for now, family. Again, if you have any questions, if you want to know more, you can send me a comment or you can email me, alright? And I'll be happy to assist, okay? On that note, alright? Know that you are loved so much beyond this world, oh yeah, and in it. Begin to spread that love, family, one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. out. Peace, shalom, shalom, divine love, family, and watching. And it's all love, grace, truth, peace.